In many cultures, weddings are much more than beautiful clothing and delicious food. They involve traditions integral to the ceremony and to the future happiness of the bride and groom. From smashing dishes in Germany to shooting at the bride with the bow and arrows in China, here are some fascinating wedding traditions from around the world. Scotland, the blackening of the bride. In Scotland, the night before the wedding, the bride and groom are captured by their friends, bound, and blackened. This means they are slathered from head to toe in every disgusting substance their friends can get their hands on. Curdle milk, rotten eggs, spoiled curry, fish sauces, mud, flour, sausages, every nasty thing you can imagine. As if that weren't enough, the couple is then paraded about, with well-wishers making as much noise as possible. Depending on the region, sometimes it's just the bride or the groom alone who is the victim of this particular pre-wedding tradition. Although it may not exactly sound like anyone's dream wedding preparation, there is a method to this madness. According to Scottish tradition, the blackening is supposed to ward off evils before the couple gets married. According to the Scotsman, the tradition still goes on today and is experiencing a revival all over the country. Sichuan Province, China. Crying ritual of the Tujia people. For the Tujia people of China, starting 30 days before the wedding, the bride cries for 1 hour every day. 10 days later, her mother joins in, and grandmother 10 days after that. By the end of the month, every woman in the family is part of this cry fest. I know what you're thinking. The ritual is not, however, a show of sadness. This is actually meant as an expression of joy and deep love as the bride prepares to begin her new life. A bride's failure to shed tears is considered a sign of poor breeding and could result in the harsh judgment of her community. The ritual was most popular during the early 17th century, though it's still practiced by many Tujia families today. Taidong community, Indonesia and Malaysia, bathroom moratorium. The Taidong are a native group that lives on both sides of the border of Malaysia and Indonesia. Most newlywed couples look forward to their honeymoon for months and sometimes their wedding nights for years. But for the people of the Indonesian Taidong tribe, it's a little bit more complicated than leaving after the party for some romantic alone time. For 3 days and nights after the wedding, many honeymooners are housebound, watched over by friends and family, and not allowed to use the bathroom. To make this remotely possible, they're given minimal food and drink. According to tradition, upholding these restrictions will bring a happy marriage with healthy babies, while failure to do so brings bad luck, infidelity, or the ultimately death of future children. Maasai Nation, Kenya, spin on the bride. At a wedding ceremony held by the Maasai people, the father of the bride blesses his daughter by spitting on her head and breast. She then leaves with her husband and does not look back for fear of turning into stone. This is such a frightening experience for the bride, who is usually 13 to 16 years old. In order to chase away bad luck, women from the groom's family insult the bride as she walks to her new home to meet her husband. The husband doesn't stay in the house, in which she stays for the next 2 days, and then her mother-in-law shaves her head. This commences the wedding ceremony, declaring them man and wife for life. The wedding celebration involves dancing with wooden sticks and jumping up to great lengths. Germany, Polterband. If you're planning on marrying a German on their home turf, don't spend too long picking out china patterns. Guests arrive the night before the wedding, usually at the home of the bride, and break any porcelain object they can get their hands on. This act is thought to bring good luck to the couple. However, they cannot break glass, as it symbolizes happiness. After the porcelain has been broken, the couple cleans it up, which is supposed to teach them that married life will not be easy, but by working together, they can overcome any challenge. Today, the new generation breaks the porcelain on the wedding day rather than the night before. China, shooting the bride. Some women dream of being pierced by Cupid's arrow, but this probably isn't what they had in mind. This tradition of the Chinese Uyghur people, an ethnic minority group in China, calls for a groom to shoot his bride with 3 arrows. No, they don't have arrowheads, and there is no need to have the hospital on speed dial. Afterward, the groom breaks the bow in half, collects the fallen arrows, and breaks them too. According to custom, this ensures everlasting love. There are countless meaningful traditions from around the world, symbolizing health, romance, unity, and happiness. So even if these ideas stray from your own heritage, appreciating another culture's tradition could be the perfect start to the next chapter of your life. Alright, my friends, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found this information as fascinating as I did. Thanks for watching.